drop that bomb, you got my vote and the vote of every real American. See, listen, Mr. President, my buddy Ace and I were having this conversation the other day, and just out of nowhere, accidentally, I let slip the word fag. Well, my buddy gets all bent out of shape saying, Ralphie, you gotta be careful, you don't know who's around, you know? And then he teaches me this little trick. Every time we see one of them homosexuals, we use the word watermelon. And I said, geez, Ace, goddamn, that's ingenious. What do you call blacks? He says, Texans. I said, what do you call Spics or Spanish folks? He says, truckers. And finally I say, well, what do you call them Arabs? He looks at me and he says, well, hell, Ralph, we just call them sand niggers. You see what I'm saying, Mr. President? Nobody gives a shit about no dirty-ass sand nigger.
Never palm pork or creep like Tom York. I sleep on bomb's corpse, delete the calm force, the terror from on course. We seek the Star Wars and speak Islam's lost. It seems I want yours. Now let the sound resonate whenever we detonate pounds and metal plates around a better place. Loud and pedal gray shrouds. I'm proud I did it. How committed will it last? I'm blast and blow. Forget it, they might get this joint confused. Anoint the crew, don't diffuse my point of view. Is there a void in you? You paranoid or who? An Arab boy in school. We jut up toys and fools to hot up oil and jewels. True, wrong, claim and praise imams. Raise each arm and pray teach on. My brother, we stay peace songs on rubber CDs. We see Jeeps, knee deep in ruddle. The huddle peeps, conference, double speed. Visions getting thick. Aziz's glasses, you harboring leeches. We're not a disease, stop calling us evil. It's all imperial spite, a meal you won't like. And food for thought, stereotype. I guess the best son is a dead one. This test since the Crusades. Who's sane, whose pain you feel? Breadcrumbs, flesh runs, test guns, then you reign. Too vain, who's pain? We live in a dream world with one love, so hafiz alayha like Abdul Halim's girl. World, sun dust, moon craters, it looms. The doom's nature infused in newspapers. It's soon wait up confused. Hate is a powerful movement, ensued through cowards' illusions. How are we moving forward, ordering towers and suits instead of showering truth? Snakes crawl, dish dashes, slowing chest, the wiswash, distracting which path we switch cash. Like oil spill, flow above the water. Arabs hate each other but love a martyr and weigh a brother in stone. Slay abroad cause home is lost. To know the cost of peace was such a wonderful past. United Nations, bullet holes on the dove and the flag. Cigarette bags, uncomfortable drags, sand nigger bets. Sand digger threats, graves built stand thicker, the plan's bigger, so feed yourself. All seeing we wrong, claiming jihad, I can feel God. Seeing we frauds, call them for beasts, I guess we are a disease. And they'll fear us for life, a meal you won't like. Food for thought, stereotype. I guess the best son is a dead one. This test since the Crusades. Who's sane, whose pain you feel? Breadcrumbs, flesh runs, test guns, then you reign. Too vain, whose pain you feel? I guess the best son is a dead one. This test since the Crusades. Who's sane, whose pain you feel? Breadcrumbs, flesh runs, test guns, then you reign. Too vain, whose pain you feel? Conspiracy theories rarely conceal military garments, failing to steal, to wake up. How am I supposed to socialize and hope to find a hope in time close to mine? I know the tide is foaming, rise, water wise, daughter, numb sun demise, or to make us realize to stand farther from war and plan harder. I can't bother. 4 pages prose and a land thought of hold Asia close like my grandfather. Smoke rages those that provoke ages old. I'm not surprised. For every opportunity that's bought for you and me, somebody's got to die. There's lots of lies, circulate clots of mine, work the plate, slice the pie, write the nicest rhyme till the night arrives. Saw the sun burn 3 times in the west, once in the east. When we feed minds, investments, testament, but on to the last testament. 10% sequestered in tracks, the last equestrian. The floor showered on, now we're stormed like deserts and now we're born. It's on, we all turn songs to horsepower. When we breathe, we live, we die, we cheat. Past plays, short minutes and fast days. We speak, we lie, we weep, we cry. Write and teach day and night, we should fight for peace. Freedom, we live, we die, we cheat. Mass graves, short minutes and fast days. Friends and enemies, the end of memories and all of of this Illuminati's Anthropolitics. We stand off, governments plant soft spots to bomb land on war, then push keys like laptops. Don't spit, we salivate like Pavlov's. Dogs pass all laws to modern man's grasp on God. It's disgrace. I face two pillars and ways to place truth between Azazel and Jesus. Where's the mason that raised you? Babel about, I'm displaced in a maze too, like rats in the lab. Steady aim for the cash and then grab and laugh till you're mad. Half of you is trapped in a flag nation. Past drag, cigarette patch and a flash. So bob your head like we mass rag heads. Asking for past actions to be retracted from lasting sanctions. My flow will cut you off when I am stressed and dead. I'm not buying this like the IMF, denying us like INS. At borders eyeing us, defying trust. Never passed the rise, immigration had us naturalized. And we breathe, we live, we die, we cheat. Past plagues, short minutes and fast days. We speak, we lie, we weep, we cry. Fight and teach day and night, we should fight for peace, freedom. We live, we die, we cheat. Mass graves, short minutes and fast days. Friends and enemies, the end of memories. And all of this Illuminati's Anthropolitics. Yo, call up Tom Ridge, Paul Wolfowitz. About to have a party up in here. Gotta keep yourself elevated, like them yellow terror alerts. Whenever we walk around, it seems to go up. Maybe it's just me. You gotta keep yourself elevated, for real. Terror alerts, Santa peasants diverted to stare at this hurt. Unfair when we flirt, see we cared for the world. You just share all your worth militarily. Feel it carry me above this layer in earth. My layers of nerd. We never lived in caves. Street children kicking football, sticking soot all in trap. No stomach half full, put more in your guts. Used to live in tube huts. Truth rut when Bush talks and you stuck in proof mud. Stain of marshes, narcissist stain of caucus lives. Soldiers burned to death, apartheid. It's a part line, part puppeteering. Start the subject nearing our covenant. Continents hovering, Republican parties waiting strife on a side. Get the dick like Cheney's wife. Don't claim this vice, but it proves life's pain. State-sponsored hate mongers strike rain. Fight say like who they seeking a crusade like his brother Saddam statements. We won't accept it, let it be known. We've suffered death in peace, grown in action. Soldiers leave no more arachnophobia. I'm a nomad, but still angry. The way you kill half me. Islam, CNN, bomb drill, Bafi on will. What about Saddam and Rummy hugging in the 80s? Or Reagan buffing Khomeini, cuffing Euphrates at borders and racial profiling. Bucks to hockey, your ghost to stickers. All of a sudden you told you're a victim. And believe you step into heaven like Led Zeppelin to September 11th. My brethren, a lesson in quest right next to a weapon. Oh, the speech reaches Halab Jintakit. Medj the armory of Congress speakers and shepherds defeat. Our streets will never deplete. You're aiming them, claiming we made uranium when our regime was anti-Arabian in the first place. Proudly tame your ways and I'm the public like Saudi royal family members with oil for Audis and Benzes reflected, which stems when you're elected as president. Then you're sponsored by General Electric. We won't accept it, let it be known. We've suffered death in peace, grown in action. Soldiers leave no more arachnophobia. Yo, I'm sorry, double your trouble. You just summoned the huddle up. Condoleezza, go get the bongs and reefer funnel the gun and suck off a pizza hole and turn on them TVs. Pass the 3D goggles, Dolby stereo to CGs. Holding serial model slaves to institutions. Land of the tree of temptation, home of binge pollution. Now who called you God? One day at Harvard, a Texas nagging daddy jockey, banging lines to replay Nagasaki. Damn dog, hate me beige, the standoff, planned off. A tainted rage you hold since your father was a mason. Pages of ancient ways mistaken. Awful though, Nicaragua, Cuba, Kosovo. Now I.R.A.Q and small model toe. 1.5 million lives taken from children and wives, distilled from tribes and ignorant minds. And what's your definition of terror? Does it entail being Muslim or Arab, wearing khutras, a bearing a hoodlum aura? Shit, I'm dying for it. Can you explain this diaspora? Nope. Probably not, since you got the spots for us to plot, rotten dying. Like broken mattresses, you need to stop your lying and call Saddam for brunch tomorrow. All these weapons of mass distraction, they bring I.R.A.Q months of sorrow. Stunt your burrows, hope we all live and prosper. Boys be boys, I'm all ears like Leonard Nimoy, and verse of all fears. Yeah, I ain't scared. Yeah. Hey yo, I dedicate this to all you tie-wearing, suit-bearing, corporate guards, puppet controlling, sending the youth out to kill other people. Yo, I dedicate this to
high-ranked officials and armed tanks with missiles.
Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell, George Bush. You know I'm talking to the
high-ranked officials and armed tanks.
And the feeling creeps up. I'm hungover from last night, consumed in alcohol, vomit in my last bite. I feel stuck, this hash pipe is dirty. I bleed worthless, seed searches in me. Indeed, I need purpose. IRS is after me. A bankrupt catastrophe. Figured I would be configured if they drafted me. So I went to camp, did some push-ups and all. Got paid, my wifey's out wearing Walmart push-up bras. So the president needs some residents to pledge allegiance. Confederate legions have a preference for negligent people. I reached for a draft paper. I was saved on the left, brave in a breath, but I just gave in to death, and it ain't right. As we entered ships, felt the faint fright, cause 3/4 of us in here ain't white. In plain sight, I realized life was over. Shipped to the Middle East for peace, the fight is over. I should've stayed at home. Now we in Basra with British troops, everybody's dying but us. Pray along for God to save me, it's hard, maybe one day I'll fall the baby. Should've really stayed at home. Shaku Maine, we in trouble, stains, we puppets. Aku Abe, never pray alone. Just huddle near, soldiers caught up, that's what happened at Abu Ghraib. It's 5 in the morning, in Fallujah, a live storm in desert. Give platoons warning, cause survival is measured. Put the clip in my Gatling with laser beams, acting at war. Is this a phase, a dream, in case they scheme? Shoot him in the left arm, a back to the head. Iraq is dead anyway, just grab him instead. Put him on the floor, fuck a Geneva Convention. Breathing detentions, heathen, delete reasons you have to reach for these weapons. Remember September the 11th day, treason surrendered. You're leaving dismembered, insanity. Your family members ran at me, hugging and tugging my garments, bluffing I'm honest. It has nothing to do with your brother's Islam. Really, your cleric's insane, lost his mind. I'm forced to climb into homes and create foster child. And my soldiers have taped their eyes, so they can't watch me placed inside, screaming as I rape they wives. Stayed at home. Now we in Basra with British troops, everybody's dying but us. Pray along for God to save me, it's hard, maybe one day I'll fall the baby. Should've really stayed at home. Shaku Maine, we in trouble, stains, we puppets. Aku Abe, never pray alone. Just huddle near, soldiers caught up, that's what happened at Abu Ghraib. Now we driving out the city, shout to pity out of gritty teeth. Baghdad's a hole, but the south was pretty neat. As the rest of the fleet rant and call out Osama, there was nothing neat me more than the fallout of karma. I will pardon myself for the sin I committed. It's not my fault the drill sergeant taught me to kill and fulfill a committed offer to bring freedom. The wind breezing, the sun burning, the numb churning of guns turning out the top of a tank. It was awful, I thank the Lord and George Bush for artillery and more push to save us. We from the home of the brave, land of the rapists. I went home proud with a stamp on my papers. At night, I sweat the sheets off and fight scares. My wife lost at the cause of all these nightmares. It's quite rare, but I couldn't pull it together. I put a bullet in my brain so I wouldn't remember the pain. Stayed at home. Now we in Basra with British troops, everybody's dying but us. Pray along for God to save me, it's hard, maybe one day I'll fall the baby. Should've really stayed at home. Shaku Maine, we in trouble, stains, we puppets. Aku Abe, never pray alone. Just huddle near, soldiers caught up, that's what happened at Abu Ghraib.
Seen her in like 10 years. Strange, I don't know what to say.
Quero seguir maculando este amor, tu bem sabes.
This earth's planned doom, burnt deserts and sand dunes.
Quero que chegue momento de ter que odiar-te.
A better with dreams whenever you leave, it rains. I met her a queen. I should've cherished the merits, inherit the measures, the pleasure of esoterics, American heritage, clerics embarrassed, cause marriage never came. Carriage in flames, I severed the game till I saw her face once again. Remember the name, but forgot the pain. We rotten for not catching eyes. The same spot I would grasp at half a thigh and feel energy suspending me. Still imagery of love, symmetry of us together, giving me a rush like Limbaugh's. Parents and all staring at a skin bra unlatched and all would match. That's how you fall in traps of lust and carnal facts. Infatuation infatuated for all that's left. I had to hate it, but to see you here crying, see through tears equals speak through glares. Pardon me, like bushes reach the Blair for lying. I saw you crept behind, spine in half. My mic was lost. I'm from your past life. She got gas like the Kurds did. Told her this brother would love her with no conception of what words hit. Earth flip, divided truth like the tribe of Luke. Confide in you, your highness. My mind's in tune. I could feel the reciprocity, possibly climbing, fostering philosophy, minors and atrocities inside us. Talk to me awkwardly. I'm hate like Isaac, reminded of times both combined horizons. I gave her my number and signed it.
Seguir maculando este amor, tu bem sabes.
This earth's planned doom, burnt deserts and sand
Não
dunes.
quero que chegue momento de ter que odiar-te.
A Bedouin dreams whenever you leave, it rains. I met a queen, forever my better half, and better in 7 paths of heaven, the 7 paths we never pretend to ask. Existed with Nebuchadnezzar's wrath, resisted the hourglass frame, sand over past flames devoured, and all is fact now. But she called me back, how wonderful it was to see you. Flower petal, metal showers, said she's already dead in power. Married an American man who hates life, dates lies, and let it get raped twice. The weight rised off her shoulder, and I could taste spite. Couldn't bear understand like Yogi's teachings, what arrogance could do to a man, and told the reasons I loved her once. Her harbor soil, like Bustle was at war and suffered stunts that left her sore. With a half-breed, passing child of a bastard's greed for power and hate to start through. Truth's a man was too patriarchal, hate in the veins, pain from rape. She felt wasted and stained. It's what you make in my dream. Believe me, she received me reluctant as subjects. Some public moon precedent, something repugnant. I shoved it aside, pride and hugged the life. I'm asking why. I want you back like Jackson 5, but she wouldn't stay to talk and never came back. My heart was torn, beautiful. Her name was I.R.A.Q.
I met this girl when I was 10 years old. I met this girl when I was 10 years old. But I love her, she had so much soul. I met this girl when I was 10 years old. And what I love most, she had so much soul.
I know this now, can enlighten life like Colin Powell. Skin daily, hold 1,000 flows of power from the towers. Hope it's ours, hourly broadcast. Get God casket, spot shot, I.R.A.Q, then let it broadcast. Like Syrian, Marsh Arab, snaring a lot, fearing a plot. Near me, I feel pyramids tearing, hearing lids, all seeing Syrian party. It started with us, departure of trust, and offer with lust. Like the heart of a buck, get caught in the gust of wind, lift us a breeze. Rot in disgust like Christopher Reeves, no horse around. I lost a sound, lost a found. We steal the moment, conceal the torture. At the cost of vows like the wheel of fortune. Either or, always or not, I'm breathing on. Seize the crop, torch writers, put flames to joints like arthritis. Course tight and laws tight, we lost the vitals and died. Never at home, with echoes and domes like Mars recitals.
Flow like the breeze with ease of 7 seas.
The continent shifter, each song is a twister. I live the life of a nomadic, worldwide flow addict. Burn drastic quantities, constantly calming me. Long enough to negotiate my autonomy, cause no one wants a part of me. Oligarchy move methodically and give your arteries dichotomies. I ought to be ordained chief war brain. Oil came from vast gulfs, gas lost passed off to Ashcroft. Rockets blast off, massive waste cast off. It's a fast cost when you living for the cash crop. Mass thought control, propaganda talking slander. Now the children walk with panthers, pitch black rocks with hammers. Saber tooth, break the booth with the naked truth. Pray the youth, making truth. The total war's breaking loose. Like the torch in Sand Hill, rugged Nas spark with bird steel. Rhyme anvil, feel time stand still.
Flow like the breeze with ease of 7 seas.
Traumatized and awesome size to reap consecutive changes. I memorize and sensitize the peak of relevant stages. The spell is contagious. Fell to rebel in negative dangers. Propelled to the gracious hell to dispel the evidence papers. I yell to the strangers. They never heard of me. It hurts to be worshipped eternally without a certainty. Reversible incredibly centered and focused. It's a dopest gentleman's opus, defending the blended trends of intense adrenaline doses, preventive and hopeless. Never commercialized to burn your eyes, sermons internalize my source of passion when it's verbalized. I learn to fly in spite of idleness and violence, sniping your irises. I play the role of the psychiatrist. This quiet artist, I'm promised to fly like Raiden in spite of the violations and guided annihilations. It's mine for the taking. Wraps my heart in obsession with jargoning weapons. I'm launching the shot to pock your intestines.
Sell it back to us. Surprise. Yo, I make dope movies. The name's Mo Booty. The game's slow moving up a ladder with snakes. Jesus Christ, of Latter-day Saints. On a Saturday, tainted. I traveled the way to Baghdad and had bags emptied and looted. Iraq is simply polluted. In fact, it ended misrooted. That's why I befriended and rooted for American brethren, embedded as an Arabic weapon. A plan hate, stand blatant with manic hammer to translate. Now listen, I'm fortunate to live in, yes, I've heard of Orientalism. Euphoria ended with a needle and arm. We went from drug addict to feeling this harm, revealing my charm. From here to Sham in Egypt, the calm was wheezing. But somehow I saw the seasons change, broadened my reading range in order to see the rain and shine with the sun. Sure, my mind isn't numb. Sign the contract, bulletproof vest, bomb track to follow. On that, a hollow crest of proof to my girl that I'm a movement in worlds colliding. Through border and shanks in order to thank Allah. And all I was blank, jumping off the ship, boarded, soaring off so blank. We can sell you death and guns. What's that sound? We can tell you quest of one. You Baghdad bound. Impaled his flesh for fun, and so fell I.R.A.Q. Spit up, man. So we can sell you death and guns. What's that sound? We can tell you quest of one. You Baghdad bound. Impaled his flesh for fun, and so fell I.R.A.Q. Spit up, man. Now I'm not a hero, but I'm here caught in ego status to seal Saddam's relics and fraud the people. And you'll probably diss, cause I'm a rotten bitch like Lindy England, a higher journalist that thinks he's Robert Fisk. Help me spot the dish, hold for a spider to hide in. My soul fighting the rise of a mind soul dying surprised as a writer Pulitzer Prize. When in novel, in bad English, with climaxes and sad endings. I had it all. I went from a jock in high school to a mock novelist, cocky and lied to. And you can see venomous feelings I hide and feed the subjects as I take pictures besides the poorest. Yeah, I bunk. Can you feel me, love 'em? Cause that's my centerpiece, to that your entity. And develop a hell of a lot of sympathy. And sell it back with a book cover. I took others and felt their pain and made it mine. And shelter came. I would run inside. It wasn't fun at times. Suns would rise to some that died. I hope you rest in peace and find that summertime bring you heat. And it probably should. As I milk your suffering, covering your story in Hollywood. So we can sell you death and guns. What's that sound? And tell you quest of one. You Baghdad bound. Impaled his flesh for fun, and so fell I.R.A.Q. Spit up, man. So we can sell you death and guns. What's that sound? Tell you quest of one. You Baghdad bound. Impaled his flesh for fun, and so fell I.R.A.Q. Spit up, man. Dumbass. So don't make no conclusions. I'm from the marshes. Speaking of marshes, Marshall McLuhan once said that the medium is the message, and you using your medium to make it entertainment. You selling us war. People dying over here, it's not real. You're making it not real, selling this back in Hollywood. It's a stereotype. Journalist.
I want to tell you a story. It is a story about a man who lived a long time ago. Some called him a troublemaker because he disturbed the status quo. If he were around today, he would probably be called a radical, a revolutionary, a malcontent, a thorn in the side of the establishment. Now I want you to go back with me. I said I want you to go back with me. Oh, I want you to go back.
Mine heavenly, baby. Yeah. It's been a while, Euphrates. 570 AD. Yo, who said Islam was a bomb and 8 wives? Set the storm and hate lives that absolve a norm. Son of the Quraysh tribe was formed as a prophet to God. Now state dies Islamic, his mind will purge sonics. Verses for earth's vomit and vermin. His rhyming uncommon, his sermons honest and firm. Calm along and he was promised to serve the birth of Honorable Muhammad. 570 AD, starburst mind, heavenly baby. Fruit of Islam, the truth in losing his mom Amina. The emotion of the moment that he palmed Khadija for quotients born. With stories of Moses and oceans torn. He hoped Islam was a call for those holding arms and praising sculptures. Maybe it was enchantment or a phase in culture crazy, but it was ranting back to him. He wrote not of when the trees spoke, the dirt screams, the river streams glow, the hurt being that a planet became. Can it be games of a stranded innate planted his mantle a race or a canvas to paint? Sanity handed the hate down from Medina and Mecca to shift standards and cultivate a seed, juice in the cleanest of nectars. It seemed the reflection of a scene was a fleeing from vectors and angles of math. Misunderstood, concealed in a grave of the mind. At 40 he meets Jibreel in a cave to find
unseen or heard, a king of words. Through me, Muhammad will forever speak.
There was a boy,
unseen or heard, a king of words. Through me, Muhammad will forever speak.
Yo, God, like meditation, with an angel's wings touching his float on. His float caught up and the sky stood silent. His eyes, irises shook, his mind would challenge, but the sight took pilot drive. Read, I can't. Iqra, what? Read, I could try. He came to a pause and said, breathe. Yo, I can't see. Iqra, the end of this all. Submit and read in the name of Allah. The games of law is universal. The message came, which in turn lessened fame to Muhammad's name and claim your shahada. Or your kind will stay in prison in the form of idols and recitals aimed at paganism. He stayed indifferent, receiving surah after another to pass to a brother, perhaps uncover a path to an act of a covenant. Loving his subject is will to all. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. The residue spread to trouble hecklers as the second Muslim converted was Abu Bakr, and some through reference heard of the cause and read at dusk. When dawn came to measure, they would all claim the Fajr prayer. That's 5 times a day. The mind might stray, but find your light way behind your sight's gaze. The blind will not weigh out the worth of a gift gone. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Birth of Islam.
there was a boy,
Unseen or heard, a king of words.
enchanted boy.
Through me, Muhammad will forever speak.
There was a boy,
Unseen or heard, a king of words.
enchanted boy.
Through me, Muhammad will forever speak. Speak, speak, speak. This real hip hop music from the soul, y'all. Yeah.
There was
Yo, taking it back, man. Low Pesci, Lord Pako III, Hammurabi, Jamal Abdul.
Take it back.
Movie rentals, man.
Push it back.
The flavor of that baby. Pure rawness.
Must admit it, since a playpen gifted.
Analyze, drop a jewel.
Rawness. Yeah, yo, I shudder when I think of big brothers all seeing eyes. Keep in mind the sun needs the west to set and east to rise. Both sides of the metal, regardless, I'm taking the gold, breaking the mold, praying my soul will be taken and sold. I was once told a 1,000-mile trek begins with one step, one tape and one deck, one stage and one set. No iced out Rolex, but I freeze time to make it mine. You can shit lines and make them rhyme, but it don't mean that you're getting signed. Let me rip one up your nose, see if you catch my drift. You can mix and patch your kits, they won't be half as sick. Jack my kicks, hats and snares, playing yourself like solitaire. Your life with loaded dice and still convinced that all is fair. Hollywood business, stick to the script and act your part. Cause what you might have in skills, son, you lacking hard. The day I switch my game from keeping it real to role playing is the day my white ass will win me a soul train. And the question remains in the flesh and the brain. Nerve hypothalamus microchip. I'm psycho like no Pat Bateman. Half American naked and stereotypes and inferior miracles. Omega Alpha Quest. Since the day I learned the alphabet to my graduate pass and slave boat. Push them barracks from Jesuit priests, Buddhist monks, rabbis and Muslim clerics. Pass out without the MSG, please. SMS me with the message unless we less beings. Big brother sidekick, we can meet where the soul and the mind was bonded. Energy beams, sinus streams, your highness. Despite the trouble we headed for, like Shia symbols on the edge, life's a double-headed sword. So Muslim can afford. Your dogs hustle, discussing the trouble with crazy Malaysians and mumbling Muslims. Pain raised in the aim and reigned over self. Hope it helps Pako, the pain's over. A nightmare like Kane Lobster. Man, I miss her America. Till you're distant, now I'm starstruck. Queen of the earth, spark plug, my heart loves hip.
Hey yo, my insatiable lust for rap got me chasing production cats. Reaching my own producer at times as hard as construction hats. Building is a function that I'm accustomed to since I was young. Wrote lyrics in hopes you'd hear it reach ears from my mouth and lung. Don't question my methods like Def Jam execs, this is how it's done. Louder than the crowd of riot starters, overpowered drums. Felt rap from 95 to 98, but what's coming out now is dumb. As the earth turns into a jungle and crumbles as if the clouds are crumbs. Regardless of y'all talking at perfectionist junk, worrying and second guessing is something that everyone does. And so often my lines are contradict me. We sparring bars like brawls with jocks over a broad who's pretty. Tipsy, I'm rotten, fucking raw, so often condoms miss me. Suicidal tendencies, planning to jump off, but what I drop prevents me. Pako Pesh, Euphrates go together like loss and envy. Lots and many, rocks with Henny, my paranoia and they plots to get me.
Must admit it, since a plate pen gifted. Analyze, drop what you will. Broadness. Evidently, imagine. Analyze, drop what you will.
Yeah, yo, Pat Bateman.
Yo, Paul Allen Cats, man.
We just took it back like he stole it from us. Rightfully ours.
2004.
Pako Pesh, Euphrates. Yeah. Stereotypes. Incorporated. We've been more than hated. We anticipated.
Hey! Fellas, I'm a man. You ain't no man. Man, I'm a man amongst men. Watch this.
Heart out like cholesterol, that's the best of all. Rest assured, they'll arrest us all in the Western quest. Fall victim, it'll probably hurt in the world where we burn bridges like Halliburton, submerged in the curl of the arm of the law. Karma before honor, like the Dalai Lama, calm in a brawl with body armor and guards from California. God, just carry on. They can't tell a man we really have peace. I seek it on beats with more kicks than Winnie Mandela's feet. Befriend a barcode next to Melda Marco. Stalk mode, dry your flow like hot mouth near I.R.A.Q. I'm from the rotten south, where they left coffins out, bodies in boxes, shout and scream, breathing toxic streams of air. But we don't seem to care, to each his lair, house or palace. I stand accused with habitus and notes for nine for platinum music, hoping Islam won't be misused again and bamboozled like Kofi Annan stroking a bomb. CU-10 to serve no purpose like the UN. Treaties to end beef between Muslim and Jew men. To whose ends do we choose illusions and new trends? Stuck in shock and awe, fuck with 2 cents for applause. Here's the fillers and some Nargilla of a star and crescent children, Williams bars, finesse like Lord.
Instinct to hustle, divided by the struggle.
Say word, dog.
Word.
No comparison. The way I flip it is
We
embarrassing.
don't need plights to fight and do right like OV's wife.
Instinct to hustle, divided by the struggle.
Say word, dog.
Word.
No comparison. The way I flip it is
We
embarrassing.
don't need plights to fight and do right like OV's right. Let's tell each other we ill, others will follow like Bechtel. Carrying steel, some of us hollow, silent nature, and others on quest for validation. The best inside us, conditioned and signed. Plus our mission this time is which divisional mind will rise from prisons of minds. And I wonder, this isn't a sign of vocal description. I'm ill, Nazi suit, the Greek stole, so we broke the reflection. Each token an archetype like Jumpman, sweatshop, protest, target mics, and all that's right or wrong. Despite long, insightful song released without promo in streets. This is a genesis like Phil Collins solo release. A prior like Gene Wilder's sidekick. I laugh at night where the mind is gray cause life's all black and white. Hide your prey, it's better to work a 9 to 5 in fear of the next terror alert. To cherish the earth and see be all of this and appreciate the word like geologists. Be smologist. When you bust, it's a plea bargain. This motion, sea narcissist oceans. I flow better. Must I have foes like go-getters and raw cycles? There's no letter, a draw mic booth combination that can force titles to bars. I do the cause, rivals the laws. Sheltered pup seats, feeling self in public like George Michael, but conceal the hell destructive reluctant ego.
Divided by the struggle.
Say word, y'all. Word.
No comparison. The way I flip it is embarrassing.
You know me plights to fight and do right like OV's wife.
Instinct to hustle, divided by the struggle.
Say word, y'all. Kill word.
No comparison. The way I flip it is embarrassing.
You know me plights to fight and do right like OV's wife.
Yo, I got a copy of Commodore 64, man. Take it back to 85.
That you listen. Can you uplift me, Lord?
Simple back then. We first touched that digital interface, that interface. Met a new person. Concluded to be techno-poly.
Yo, I hope that you Commodore 64 flow, pushing tapes of Sodom and Gomorrah on your block with Jesus selling watches. The home and back. I travel the sands to know if facts owned. I'm out of but only half clone passport. This is the last short, like midgets finishing gym class. Suspicion is dim. This isn't what life's been past the office. Speak of Muhammad, preach Moses, fasted off a drafted karma, like Tibetan beer, yeast infection, Mother Earth's beast inception. What's my brother's worth? The least his weapons resilient. Islam pavilion. Wrong when we started feeding arms to children. Stars and buildings, beautiful concrete and all living off an unusual palmery. And 99 names the truth. It's a calm feed, but I'm vomiting conditions, anemic traditions, relieving in vision, strategic patterns to reach side of the Mars, to believe in God of Adams. I hope that you listen. Uplift me, Lord. Commodore 64 music tones. I hope that you listen. Uplift me, Lord. Commodore 64 through these bones. I hope that you listen. Uplift me, Lord. Commodore 64. We pushing tapes and shifting boards. Just hit record. What is this for? On Earth dying with a shift core. So bring the rubbish, dude. Like Tony Blair's orders. We singing rummage truth. You won't be here on us. Powder printed finger talcum threats. Cause we bug on Washington like Denzel is Malcolm X. In 10 hellhole hotels in the middle of nowhere. Thought of swelter in future. Then they'll just shoot you down. Shut up, blind mind stutter when the truth's around. At least the youth is sounding safe like THX around escapism. The better half of news tainted, used as entertainment. I'm numb, but the brain isn't on power trips like Niagara did. Fist in the air, come together now like John Lennon with a Viagra kit. And I just had to wig out like religious acidic woman. This isn't a cynic quiffin' with limitless wit when pushing the button. Look at fed, brother. Your arms are too short to box with God, but he jabbed like Muslim head covers. I hope that you listen. Uplift me, Lord. Commodore 64 music tones. I hope that you listen. Uplift me, Lord. Commodore 64 through these bones. I hope that you listen. Uplift me, Lord. Commodore 64. We pushing tapes and shifting boards. Just hit record. What is this for? On Earth dying with a shifting core. Dan Hill. I hope that you listen. I hope that you listen. I hope that you listen. That you listen. That you listen. Throw your lighters up, burn them. Respect all those that paved the way. Revolutions in the mind, yeah. Started. Euphrates, dedicated to all the cats that came before us. Paved the way. Pioneers. Gotta pay homage. Antisocial B-boys. Man, woman, and hip-hop. just let it go, brother. Believe in yourself, even if the seasons will melt the reasons you felt free. Leave us a shell to bury, may you rest in peace. The best to teach from west to east is test the we. Freedom fighters reading and writing, pleading untightened shackles of an evil dislike for my colored people despite our history. Fists uplifted to switch the mystery. We pray to man, same sun, shining Abraham. Life through past advice, we last the afterlife and cast the mic and class the next bobbing heads like Isaac sacrificed. Beyond it, lost all knowledge, heaven paused for prophets as Muhammad, so call us socially gorgeous. Wrong buddy, death for politics like Imam Na'ali when Islam was running wrong before bombs and money. Apart from truth, we bring in respect to Malcolm, Buddha, Han, Martin Luther King. Break yourself, antisocial b-boys. Break yourself. Break yourself, antisocial b-boys. Yourself. Hey yo, just let it go, sister. The kiss of your lips and wisdom will split the system and give us hope to be driven and wish for living proof. I know this isn't you, patriarch, killing you to poison mics like Bivens' crew. Voiding life, you delivered babies in vain, unstable. Two sides of the earth, the birth of Cain enable the brain disabled, sold and reclaimed to save you. We aim to praise you but lose cause blame is natal. Shame, we fatalist praying rarely. She carries the weight of a son buried like Maiden Mary with one very hating marriage. Habit and earth and results the pulse of avid perversion. Insults the women cause they don't have them as virgins, but half of them lurking. And neither we troubled bastards laughing when we succumb to double standards of someone standing among us, the dumb and masses. Verses reverse and curses of ruin, dispersed and influence to the fact that this earth is a woman. Break yourself, antisocial b-boys. Yourself. Break yourself, antisocial b-boys. Yourself. Hey yo, I never let it go. 70s heaven, I'm ready. Just sending a message of heavy respect in every second. Lend me a record, we half right. Steady on trial while watching hip hop fade. Like 5'5", Freddy in wild style. Vow for better, this can't be the proper way. Your crew nice, my crew bang double like Nancy Sinatra. So candidly, offer props. You came and truly sparked the revolution. Chuck, Chris, Kane, and Cool G. Rap before we loosely became trapped in lame and bougie tracks. Serving season bangs like European trains. I sure could see the change. When Shiggy living would run things. I saw the passing of Pako, Biggie, and Bond. Thinking of guns, winking with wrinkling skin and inklings of singular funds. Linking in singles and mingling with ignorant ones. This isn't the son of jazz rock. Tribe of Shabazz. Flock rises a mass. Hip hop survivors at last.
He's from I.R.A.Q, for real.
Yeah, what's the purpose of this mundane, Monday through Sunday? One-way conversations we have. Some say it's gunplay, Russian roulette in a lab stone. Like Mary Magdalene's DNA strands cloned after him. Rush, papaya, messiah raps to touch. Empire's laps for cash and lust for fire. We fuck acids in debt. Enact a radical threat to Catholic specks of dust on realist projection with drastic bets. So like Pokemon crashing planes, remaining draining this plastic frame. The passion flames burning to Christ incorporate. Corporate subordinate forces forge a orbit. Nomenclature Maidan till I'm a new man like Na'man. Could, can, and will be if the planet wills me built to sacrifice. Simple plan, ignorant man, filtered to the afterlife. To clarify the last to die first, to cast the last thirst, to quench the stench of blood. Poverty, love, avenge the hug. Sentence, glove compartment locked, shove the darkest thought. Under engines, Narcissus fought for his wealth and talked to himself. King Hammurabi sing bars like double vocal tapes. Local socialist, local rage and moguls pay. Three-way, Daniel Lewis Spottins, we see day once in a while. Humbling miles, traveling, wondering why Babel live in thunderous skies. Amongst the all-seeing with humongous papayas. Someone will die, you'll fall, being